Hello, my name is Maurice Washington. I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Executive Talk, those that are here live in our studio audience and also those that are watching us live. As you know, with Executive Talk, our goal and our mission is to always bring you information and resources that are going to help you along your business journey. So you know where to grow your business, know who to connect with. And today we have the distinct honor of having the Highlands Ranch Chamber of Commerce on today. And today's topic is the Highlands Ranch Chamber Connects You. And we want to know today, how does the Highlands Ranch help you get connected into the Highlands Ranch community? And to help us along that conversation, we have the president of the Highlands Ranch Chamber, Ms. Andrea LaRue. So without further ado, help me welcome Andrea. How you doing?
Good. Thanks, Maurice.
Thanks for being here with us here on Executive Talk and then taking the time out of your day. So before we get into the content of everything that we're about to talk about here, talk to us about your journey to being the president of the Highlands Ranch Chamber.
Sure. So in my past positions, I actually spent the bulk of my career with the YMCAs and had always been a member of a chamber, but had never thought about working for a chamber. And so through a strange twist of events in 2009, I was hired by the West Chamber as their marketing and program person.
Okay.
And through my work there, just really became passionate about the work that chambers do in the business community. And so when the opportunity came up in Highlands Ranch, I was excited to be a part of an organization that was already playing a vital role in that community.
Awesome. And on behalf of just Executive Talk and all the business owners out there, we'd like to thank you for serving in this capacity, because I know it's a big undertaking.
Yes, thank you.
So, thank you. So before we get into more of the content, talk to us about the development of the Highlands Ranch area, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are watching who aren't aware of the Highlands Ranch area. And also here in Denver, we don't know how the Highlands Ranch Chamber just kind of started and where it's headed.
Sure. So that's actually a great question. If you're not from the area, you might have thought Highlands Ranch has always been around, but when I was a kid, it was a big open field.
Sure.
So we're a master planned community,
Okay.
and in about our 35th year of development. And very close to the end of that, there's one major project left from the developer, and when that's done, for the most part, Highlands Ranch will be built out. People are surprised to know that we're unincorporated,
Okay.
so we're a large population in an unincorporated part of Douglas County. The current population is about 97,000 people,
Wow, okay.
and that's about 29,000 single-family homes and about 3,000 apartments.
Okay. So talk to us about the stretch of land which encompasses Highlands Ranch.
Yeah, so you can see from the map, the boundaries basically are Quebec on the east side,
Okay.
roughly, Santa Fe on the west side,
All right. So
and
over
then County Line Road on the north,
here. Okay.
and then it extends south almost to Daniels Park in the backcountry area of
Into the
Highlands
country.
Ranch.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So with that being said, that's the overall spectrum of the Highlands Ranch area. Drill it down to the business owner community. What does that comprise of?
So we do have, not unlike the United States, Highlands Ranch is represented by small businesses.
Okay.
It really is the driving force of our community. You can see from this graph here that roughly 72% of our businesses are $1 million or less a year.
Gotcha. So that represents the green and the blue section right there, right?
Correct.
Okay, right here.
And the green section specifically, 47% are less than 500,000. So really a lot of mom and pop shops.
Sure.
But we also do have large corporations, big business in Highlands Ranch, and people are also often surprised to know that we have about 40 businesses in Highlands Ranch that are in the $10 to $50 million range.
Gotcha. Yeah. So take this a little bit further. So now that we understand that there's a lot of small business ownership, what type of small business ownership can you expect in the Highlands Ranch area?
Probably pretty typical for most compared to most communities. Retail, a lot of service providers, insurance, real estate agents, those kinds of businesses. And you can see from this, which correlates with the income data, which makes sense, that most of our businesses are 1 to 4 person shops.
Gotcha.
We do, interestingly, have a higher percentage of home-based business compared to the national average for most communities.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you guys have so from what I understand about Highlands Ranch, do you guys have a good healthcare representation in there?
We do, actually, and soon to have a new hospital in Highlands Ranch, but we have we'll have 2 hospitals, and then we also have a lot of doctor's offices, and there's a Kaiser facility, but healthcare is kind of a driving economic force in Highlands Ranch.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So then now that we're talking about the Highlands Ranch Chamber, what was the original mission statement of the Highlands Ranch Chamber?
Well, the mission of the Chamber is to connect businesses with resources and opportunities that help them succeed. And our vision really is to be the voice of the business community and be a really influential and effective partner.
Gotcha. And so there's 4 major areas of impact that you guys want to work with business, and talk to us about that work, connecting resources and opportunities. I think the main word there is connecting. You said that
Yeah, and interestingly, we have an annual publication, and when we were trying to come up with the name for the magazine, our publisher was looking on our website and through all of our documents, and the word connect really rose to the top, so that's the name of our magazine. But I think that what we really try to do is to be a central place where business owners can get information, and your needs are different than someone else's. If you're a startup compared to someone who's been in business for a while, what you need is very different. Industries are different. So we really want to be that central place where people can find the resources that they need.
Gotcha. And so providing networking, I know the Denver community is very heavy in networking, and that's, something that you can find in a lot of places, but how does the Highlands Ranch Chamber provide those networking? Because I've been on your website, and I saw there's quite a few events that people can belong to.
Yeah, there are. We're a very social chamber, but actually very proud of that. We do have 4 regular events a month that people can come and meet other like-minded business professionals. We have our business after hours. We have a Men of Business program once a month, a Women in Networking, and then we also have a monthly luncheon where we bring in guest speakers who really speak to community impact type issues.
Yeah.
And then we have other things that pop up all the time, ribbon cuttings and grand opening events and legislative breakfasts, all sorts of opportunities to meet people.
Gotcha. And so the ribbon cuttings, expand on that just a little bit, because I think, I've heard that quite a few times. I heard those are some pretty impactful things. What is the ribbon cutting? What is it supposed to be about?
So that's actually one of my all-time favorite things to do in the Chamber. I love celebrating new businesses, new jobs in the community.
Sure.
And we do ribbon cuttings not only for new businesses, but also for people who are new to the Chamber.
Okay.
It's a great way for all of the other members to come out and support that person and find out what they're all about.
Gotcha. Awesome. So promoting the community, as we discussed. Now, representing business interests and also government. I know that's a big one for business owners, but it's something that is more than likely behind the scenes, because as business owners, we're so focused in on our businesses and running our day-to-day corporations. How do you guys influence the back-end process of the government interest?
Well, I would say that that's probably one of the most important things that chambers do for business owners. Sure. In a year like this, nobody wants to talk about politics, but
true.
we do try really hard to be up on what's happening, not just in our local with the commissioners and in the county, but at the state level and the federal level. We're very active in the Douglas County Business Alliance, which is an organization made up of other chambers and economic development corporations. And we meet during the legislative session twice a month and review hundreds of bills that may positively or negatively impact business. And then we work closely with our elected officials to try to make sure that we have a positive business environment. And we do make sure that we have a good relationship with all of our elected officials, from the county commissioners all the way up to the federal level, and really work hard to communicate with them.
Awesome. So then, taking it back to a member perspective, as a chamber, you guys have the board, you have your board of directors, you have your ambassadors, and you guys have monthly meetings, and you guys talk about your membership very often, because obviously you have a vision. So as a business owner, you have a vision, you have to talk about the future to create a platform for business owners. So in that conversation, what do you guys want from your membership? What does that look like?
Well, there's really 2 reasons that people join a chamber. Essentially, they join to get something done through the chamber, which is at the top of this graph, and that tends to be more of our mission-based businesses, people that want to impact the community. And then there's those that want to get something from the chamber, and that would be transactional businesses, selling services or products. And so then, when you join the chamber, you're invested, obviously. There's a membership fee, so you're invested in that.
Sure.
And our hope is that you engage and really become involved in the chamber.
Gotcha. Now, from that perspective, I know it should be a natural benefit. If you join the chamber, if you're invested, you paid your membership, what becomes one of your frustrations from your perspective?
Probably the biggest frustration is when we have a member join and they're excited and we're excited and they're active, and then suddenly they've dropped off the face of the earth, and regardless of our efforts to re-engage them, they're just gone at that point. And I think probably the biggest thing is that people don't go into it looking at it as a part of their marketing plan.
That's right.
And it really is. And,
Yes.
and if they would dedicate the commitment and the time to their membership that they do to other aspects of their marketing, I think they would really see the value. Gotcha.
So what does the chamber want? So I'm a new member, I'm watching the show right now. I'm looking to join the chamber, but what do you want from me from a chamber perspective?
I think that we really do see this as a partnership. And we want to work with you and find out what your needs are. It's important that you communicate to, not just to the chamber staff, but to our ambassadors and other members, and even our board of directors, what your needs are. They may be unique to you, but they may not be. And so that helps us plan new initiatives, new programs, new events, things that can support business owners. And I think the other part of it is that we're really good at introductions, and Susan's in our audience today. She's our membership person. She sits around all day, and I'm not joking when I tell you that she says, we should connect Maurice with so and so. And as long as we're a partner in this with you and we have that information, we can help you succeed.
Gotcha. All right. So that partnership is key when you join. Okay. Well, one of the things we like to do here at Executive Talk is we like to always highlight business owners that are making the move in the business community. And so we have an opportunity to highlight three various businesses, and we're going to have Megan introduce those businesses. So let's turn the attention to Megan here.
Thanks, Maurice, and thanks, Andrea. First up, we have Faith Young. If Faith, you want to come on up. Faith is not only with Coldwell Banker, but also the popular author of What Would Faith Do?
Awesome. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here, Faith. How are you doing today?
I'm blessed, thank you.
So tell us about what you do. Give us a little bit deeper content as to what your business is all about.
Sure, absolutely. My gift is to help people create space for something they might not know is possible, the true essence of faith. I do that in two different forms, one through my real estate business and one through my What Would Faith Do movement, which is a book that I wrote. And I believe that no matter if you're at the top of your game or at the rock bottom, everybody needs reassurance. And through my Ounce of Faith, which is my daily inspirational message, people can receive that every single day from me.
Awesome. That's a big deal. So Executive Talk, we love to actually connect business owners, as much as possible. What are 3 strategic connections that you're looking for to help you flourish in your business?
Well, one with my real estate business is any builders or developers. Is one thing that I specialize in, is helping people sell their entire development. So that's a great connection. And also lenders, maybe commercial lenders as well. Okay. And then for my What Would Faith Do movement, anyone who could use a little bit extra faith in their life.
That's right. So networking, one thing I know about you, and you've been in the networking field for quite some time, and since you started your business, how has networking helped you expand your network?
It's been an essential part of my business. I believe consistency is the key to success. And I personally created my own leads group 7 years ago, and it's a twice a month meeting. And I believe that if you're going to join a leads group or create your own, make sure you consistently do it. So I'm on my 7th year right now of doing it twice a month, every month for 7 years, and it's been a huge success. Matter of fact, in 2015, it generated $70,000 in income for myself and my own personal business.
That's a big deal. And I love the key word that she put in there, which is consistency. And that's what we need to do as business owners, especially in the networking field, is stay consistent. So again, thank you so much, Faith. Let's give her another round of applause. Who do we have next, Megan?
Thanks, Faith. I know we'll all be looking for your new book coming out November 1st.
Correct.
All right, Maurice and Andrea. Next up, we have Thomas Wren. He's the president and CEO of Bull and Bear Financial Outfitters.
All right, let's welcome Tom. How you doing today, Tom?
Doing great, Maurice. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So give us your minute commercial as to who you are.
Well, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to, assist a lot of people in developing a very secure retirement plan so that two things. One, they don't ever have to go back into the workforce. And number two, that they make sure that their monthly commitments are paid for forever.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So what 3 strategic connections do you look for in order to expand your practice?
It's a great question, and thank you for that. Actually, there's 4, I would say.
Okay.
CPAs are probably the first and foremost that I, connect with. Then from there, I would move into estate and family law, or lawyers, attorneys, and then insurance professionals, along with HR and business development people.
Okay. So you've been around the networking environment for quite some time. How has that impacted your business, and what would you give somebody that's new to networking? What type of information would you give them?
Well, I've been networking for 30 plus years here in Denver and 20 plus years in my financial services practice. And I think, like Faith said, it's consistency. You need to be out there. You need to be connecting with people. You got to let them know who you are and that you care. And I think, like anything else, people develop and do business with those that they trust and they like. And so you meet people, and it's not the first time. It may be the second, third, fourth, or fifth time that you see them at a networking event. And honestly, that's the way to develop and build relationships. What I like to tell people is, if you have a question, feel free to ask me. And if I don't know somebody that I know, honestly, will know somebody to make sure we can take care of their needs.
That's right. That's right. That's a big deal. And again, thank you for your value add, and thank you for your foresight when it comes to networking. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maurice.
Let's give Tom a round of applause.
All right, thanks, Thomas. Our last guest that we have tonight, or today, is Drew Shockley. He's the CEO of Call to Action Alliance, where passion drives action.
Oh, all right, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you for coming here, Drew. You've been here before. You were here last time, and thank you for your consistent effort and showing your face here on Executive Talk. And again, it's good to show other professionals and that consistency that you're talking about. So for those who are first-time viewers of Executive Talk, this particular show, what do you do in the Denver marketplace?
All right, well, first I'd like to thank you again, Maurice,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Megan, and the entire Highlands Chamber for having me on the show. For the past 13 years, I've had the great privilege of helping a lot of small businesses by helping them create a unique website with a very strong call to action. Because no matter how you're getting people to your website, especially if you're paying for it,
Right.
SEO, social, pay-per-click, if you're paying for it especially, you want them to take action when they get to your webpage. So over the years, I've developed a formula, an action formula, that has 5 parts that most influence whether someone's going to do what you want them to do, to take action. So I really love working with small businesses, exploring what makes them uniquely passionate, and leveraging that passion to create a unique website that really ignites their visitors to action.
Gotcha. So what 3 strategic connections, or 3 or 4 strategic connections, do you need to help you flourish in your business?
First, I would say business coaches, because
Okay.
they're having very similar conversations as I would with clients. I'd also say other marketers, because their services complement my services with
Very true.
creating websites. I also really love to meet owners of health businesses, whether as a dentist, a chiropractor, or they own a spa, a gym. These businesses are really passionate, and they help a lot of people. But a lot of times they struggle with being different, appearing
Very
different,
true, yes.
and also igniting their market to action.
Gotcha. So networking, you're not unfamiliar to networking. You've
No.
grown your business through networking. What advice would you give somebody who is a first-time networker?
Well, I'd like to give you an example, if I could. 7 years ago, I started a small business education and networking group called Boost Denver. Now, I started Boost Denver, which I still host twice a month in Denver. I started because I experienced firsthand how powerful it is when you build value by first delivering value and creating community. Because no matter what we sell, we're in the relationship business, right?
That's right.
And this is why I especially like chambers, especially the Highlands Chamber, because they are so mission critical in creating that venue for us to deliver value, or to communicate value, and to just to build that trust for the long-term business relationships.
Awesome. So again, thank you for your efforts in building, community, with your Boost. You're doing the right thing because as business owners, we need those solid networking environments. So thank you so much for your efforts and continuing doing what you're doing. So let's give you a round of applause. So, these are three primary examples as to how networking can open the doors to your business through those relationships, through those connections. And, we heard the magical number 7. Seems like 7 years is through faith. And also, Tom, you've been there 30 years. And, Drew, 7 years for yours. That's consistency. And that's the power of consistency. And you're able to build your own specific network. And that's what we want from our solopreneurs that are out there trying to ignite their business. So again, thank you guys for being good prime examples of what networking can do for your business. So we want to turn it back over to Andrea. Again, you gave us some good content as well when it comes to the Highlands Ranch Chamber, and we are now open to understanding what the Highlands Ranch Chamber's mission is and how you guys help businesses flourish. What is one specific statement that you would like to leave the show with today?
I might have two.
Uh-oh. All right.
So I think the one thing that I want to get across is that it is our sincere hope that people don't just join our chamber, that they belong. And not unlike the memberships that you have at a gym or a church or a professional organization or these leads groups that they've created, that it's my chamber. It's not just something that I join. And then I think the other thing that I really would like people to know is that I am impressed every day with our members, and I think that we are surrounded by a community of people who truly do care about each other. It is about the relationships, as these guys mentioned, and you have to put in the time to build those strong relationships. And we really do have a culture that is inclusive and supportive, and from our board of directors to the ambassador group and our members at large, I think everyone really does genuinely care about the success of their fellow businessmen.
That's awesome. One final thought that I have is one consistent word that you're hearing is time. And there's a key word that we don't really talk about on a regular basis, which is the word belong. When you belong to something, that means that you're already in a long-term state of mind. When you belong to something, you're not just coming in at one time, you're not coming in just 3 times. No, you belong to that. And when you belong to something such as the chamber, you're coming prepared. We need to give the chamber as much opportunity to help you out, because she had keyed in on the word marketing plan. If you don't understand where you're going in your business and how the chamber can deepen your business in the Highlands Ranch area, you're shortening your time in your relationship with the chamber, because they're going to be clueless. They're going to guess as to what you need based on somebody else's principles, but not yours specifically. Just because it's a social media business doesn't mean you have the same focus. You got to give the chamber an opportunity to help you flourish, and then that's where your business plan and belonging comes in. So have your marketing plan, then belong to the chamber, which means show up at the events. There's multiple events. If you go to their website, there's multiple events for you to join, which is a good thing, and that's an awesome opportunity. So what that's communicating to you, there's opportunity. That's what the communication is with those multiple events. We know that you're busy as a solopreneur, you may not have employees, and again, you have to be very selective with your time, but that's where multiple events comes into play, so you don't have to use that as an excuse, it's an opportunity. So please take Andrea up on what she's talking about today, and just go to one of their events, and I'm sure the ambassadors, she'll help you meet as many people as possible, because she's pulled in like 20 directions, but that's okay, she can handle it. But in the meantime, I'd like to invite everybody to follow Executive Talk, more of our conversations, and follow up on this segment here. Share it with one of your business owners that is questioning joining in the chamber. I think this would be a good introduction as to what the chamber is all about. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and also on Instagram for further information. But in the meantime, Andrea and we have to get back to work. So you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.